Hello, and welcome to How to Survive Mr. Brennan's Psychology class. As you may be able to tell, I am one of Mr. Brennan's students. How to survive. Now, this class is not easy. You're going to have to do a couple things that, are out of the ordinary from normal classes. Mr. Brennan is a different teacher. He's one of the best, in my opinion, but he teaches different. Now, every time you enter one of his psychology classes, he'll give you a book. Now, usually it's a book. Everyone gets the same book, but for me, when I took it this year, it was this book. But for you guys, it might be different. It might be a different book. For Cambridge, it's a whole different book. Now, when you take his class, he gives these things called chapter quizzes of the book given, and there's these blue highlighted words. What you need to do is you need to write them on next cards, because there's going to be a quiz. He'll tell you when the quiz is, and you study these cards back and forth. Now, how many cards? You might say, well, for me, this is how many I did, and I didn't even get to finish the course because I couldn't. We weren't allowed to go to school, so we had to finish the rest online. But that's around, I'd say, about 400 cards. So get yourself set up. He also does lectures in his classroom. What you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to take notes. I kept it in a binder of some sort. And he rarely gives out like papers and stuff, but when he does, keep it. It's very important. And you gotta take notes. Like, names are important. People, psychologists are very important. If I had to give one tip to anyone who is going to take this course, do not take it lightly. He does not give any in-class assignments. If you want to survive, you have to study these index cards and pass the quiz score. Because when he gives a test and you have to take that test, those summative grades, they are crucial to your survival in this class. The one thing I had biggest problem in this class is there are no quiz retakes. If you are taking a quiz, you need to have the 20 to 30 cards that those words need to be memorized in your skull for that quiz. Otherwise, you are going to fail. You need to get good grades on those quizzes. Do not take the quizzes lightly because there are no retakes, and those are your only formative grades. Your only summative grades are very rarely he will give you a project, and usually it's all test related. So he does give Kahoots prior to the tests the day before. So study on those Kahoots. He also releases them through Remind. Try to be in contact with Mr. Brennan. He's a very friendly and interactive teacher. So do not be afraid. If you have any questions or concerns, you can contact him through email or mine at Moto. He shares his information through a lot of sources. So the 3 things that I recommend: take notes on the book. When he assigns homework and quizzes, do your index cards and study them. And when you're in class, write the notes. If you do not get the notes down, you will not survive his AP course. My name is Jacob Staniszewski. I am from his 7th period class of the year 2020, and that's how to survive Mr. Brennan's AP Psychology class.